You see how great Kat did under pressure there, reading those names.
Yes.
Right?
Was it that different from annual?
We're having a private conversation over here, Kat. You're not in here. Speaking about abusing people, welcome back to another 1980. Look, you chose it. Another episode of 1980s Now, a weekly examination of the importance of 1980s pop culture and its influence today. Hey, my name's Will, and joining me, as always, are my friends and co-hosts, Kat and John. Hello, guys.
Hello, guys.
Hey, people. You both look so familiar to me. So recently, perhaps, we've spoken.
It's like it's only been a couple days.
Yeah, it did.
Weird.
So we recorded on a Sunday. We don't usually record on a Sunday. I didn't mind it. I did like Weekend Johnny. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, today we have Wednesday, Johnny.
It's all business.
It's not like Wednesday is like the Eeyore of days. It sounds like, just by the
Or
name.
maybe like a camel because it's hump day.
Oh, is that what hump day means?
Yes.
I thought it was a sex thing. I didn't understand.
Oh, my wife's going to be so relieved now.
You're off the hook, sweetie.
Sorry about that.
My bad.
I should have checked with Kat like I do about all sex things.
Oh.
As the go-to expert. Hey, speaking of experts about things, go check out John over on his own channel there. John at the Gen X Grown Up. He's got a YouTube. Look, he's got a logo.
Oh.
He's got a podcast.
That's a sticker.
All the things.
Yes, all the things. Hey, on today's show, we're going to review current news stories related to 1980s media, including Evil Dead the Musical is on vinyl. Check this out. The Purple Rain House is on Airbnb.
Wow.
Ghostbusters donuts are at Krispy Kreme.
I'll be right back.
I know, right?
I have to go to Krispy Kreme.
Yes.
Sorry.
I feel like this season of, I guess, Halloween has more tie-ins to foods at different places than we've seen in the past. Because there's some stories I've been ignoring because it's like, oh, I get like Burger King did an Addams Family tie-in where the bun is purple. I don't really understand their tie-in or why they're doing it.
Huh.
But,
like Addams Family.
Yeah.
It's purple.
I guess because it's spooky and they're spooky and...
Okay.
But anyway, there's a lot of them. I feel like more than anybody.
Green would not be a great choice for the bun, right? And it's already kind of orange. So they picked a different Halloween color.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. There's another movie based on a 1980s video game in development and another video game based on a 1980s movie. No, another video game with 1980s vibes. So we talked about one recently, a point-and-click adventure that's got it's horror sort of themed and feels very retro. Okay, this one I think tops it. All right, this one, I'm in the line at the store.
At the digital store.
Yes, that'd be something if they made you queue
The
there.
virtual queue at the digital store for my electronic game.
I see online here. I see Karen's here. Marcus, Chad. Hey, guys. There's some other folks online, but they haven't said hi. So that's okay. You can lurk. Lurking is allowed. But if you say hello, we'll actually see your name and know that you're here. Chad says, saw Salem's Lot on Sunday, and it was horrible. A big waste of time.
Oh, man.
I don't agree it was horrible.
Right. I didn't think it was horrible.
I think it was just fine, though. I think it was fine.
I actually enjoyed it. I didn't want to watch it at all. And then I did, and I was like, oh, okay, this is entertaining.
So as being the first vampire movie Kat's ever watched, it ranks right there among the best.
I have seen Nosferatu, and that's what I thought of, actually. Yes.
Wait, like the 1920s Nosferatu?
Oh, gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this reminded me of that.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, and the way I think, actually, I didn't see the Rob Lowe version, but the 1979 series, he looked like that too. So it must be some description in the book that describes him like Nosferatu. Yes, but it was fine. Whatever. Oh, Chad's saying horrible. All right, well, hey, to each his own.
Oh, he's saying it again.
Yeah,
Is it a dumpster fire, perhaps?
yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's my youngest, who's a young teen. Is now interested in getting in horror movies. It's a movie I'd let her watch. It was R-rated, but I thought, this is kind of for me. I thought is a good intro to horror for people because it's not terribly thrilling. It's not terribly scary. It's not very gory. It's not very anything. Is the problem I think I had with it. It's not much of really anything. Louis Pullman's great. All the actors are great. They're all charming and fantastic. Not a problem with there. It's just this,
it's just the movie part of the movie.
Yeah, just the movie mostly. All right. Hey, Brandon's here. Hey, Brandon. All right. Hey, let's get caught up on 1980s news. That's what we're here to do. Yes, it is true. As I mentioned moments ago, and as reported by Bloody Disgusting, Evil Dead the musical is now on vinyl. Of course, the musical is based on the Sam Raimi film of the same name. It became an instant hit upon its 2003 debut in Toronto, leading to an off-Broadway run in 2006 and regional productions that continue to spray blood on audiences around the world. It was
so like Gallagher concert. Are they smashing zombie heads with hammers?
There is a splash.
Is there?
No joke.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm picturing a super soaker. What?
Yeah, it is over the top gore and it's funny. It came to my area a couple of years ago and I nearly had some of the folks on the show and I don't know, it didn't work out timing wise, but yeah.
But you saw it?
No, I didn't get to see it, but I've seen clips online. That's how I know about the silly gore of it. For the first time, the original cast recording is now available on vinyl, featuring songs like "What the Fuck Was That?" "Look Who's Evil Now," and the Rocky Horror homage "Do the Necronomicon."
Again.
Yeah, I guess so. And it'll cost $24.99. Are we still doing that? $99. Is this still a psychological game that works for people?
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah.
I mean, I automatically round up when I'm considering purchasing something. So
yeah.
But the fact that you have to round up does something to your monkey brain that says it's not quite whatever. Even though the fact you're rounding,
yeah,
you're like, oh, well, it's under such and such. Therefore, I had to round.
Yep.
Yeah, there's something psychological about it. They figured out long ago and they've stuck with it.
Yeah, but you know what? Isn't there something psychological to be said about, look, you got 4.99 versus just 25. Just $25 right there. Just two numbers. Looks smaller. I don't know, whatever.
But the 4 in there makes it seem lower.
I guess.
Yeah, it's a 4, not a 5.
Yeah,
It's so
2.9.
cheap.
All right, whatever. It's not about this. The musical adaptation of The Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 features book and lyrics by George Reinblatt with music by Reinblatt, Frank Cippola, Christopher Bond, and Melissa Morris. And the 2006 original cast recording stars Ryan Ward, Jenna Coker, and a number of other actors who are probably really talented. I don't know any of their names. Hey, if you're wondering if it's any good, well, Mr. Ash himself chimed in at some point after seeing it, saying Evil Dead the Musical. Bruce Campbell, did I have to see that part? Mm-hmm. Bruce Campbell said, quote, "Evil Dead the Musical was everything I hoped it would be. Outrageous, high energy, and really fucking funny."
That's the part that has me interested in the soundtrack now. I've never seen it tour through here. I didn't have a chance to see it even yet, but
yeah,
I didn't know it had that layer of almost slapsticky funny. Like hear the name of a parody of, let's do the Time Warp, and yeah, okay. Well, now I'm even more interested. If it comes through, I will see it, but I'll definitely be picking up.
Yeah, I recently saw another article because it's Halloween, so all these things are coming out. Well, Bruce Campbell says they coined the phrase, and I guess suppose the genre, splat stick. Because he said he and Raimi were, big lovers of the Three Stooges. So as they were, developing these films, they looked to work in different physical comedy as often as they could. If you're wondering what it sounds like, I've got a clip for you for what the fuck was
delightful.
that? Let's check that out.
Lay it on me. I'm excited.
What the fuck was that? Your sister has turned into a zombie. What the fuck was that? Your girlfriend was a demon too. What the fuck was that? She just ripped my pre-ripped Abercrombie. Yeah. What the fuck was that? I got some Shelly on my shoe.
I think it sounds pretty good.
Yep, I'm in.
It's like the right tone and everything, yeah.
I'd like to watch the movie first, then I'll go see the show.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well,
yeah.
It's on my list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Well, okay. So look, there's two. Is Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2.
Uh-huh.
Now, Evil Dead 2 is a sequel, but it kind of retcons the first one, and a lot of it's similar to the first one because they had a budget by that time then.
Mm-hmm.
Do you skip just straight to Evil Dead 2? I think you could, which is also a better movie, I think.
Oh.
Save you some time. And of course, Army of Darkness is my favorite, but then it's just like full-on slapstick comedy. Brandon says, that was kind of weird, Alish. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Brandon also says that might work. There's a brand of bacon that costs $2.01.
20. Yeah, 2001.
Oh, $20.01. Figure that one out. Yes.
Figure that one out.
Oh, that's too much. That's more than 20 now. That's too much.
Yeah, but see, maybe this is why, Brandon, right? Because if you got that and the record, now you're paying a solid, $1, and you made $45. And you don't even need change. Yes.
That's right.
Bacon and vinyl.
If this seems your thing, you can go to evildeadthemusical.com to see if it's playing near you. Now, these are all simultaneous productions. It's not like there's a tour. It just seems like they've aggregated under their official website the different locations throughout the country, and some outside the country, I believe, too, that are performing it. So there you go. I got a couple near me.
I'm on board.
A couple places in Ohio that are near me that I might go check it out still.
You can't go wrong with live theater, especially with goofy blood spatter.
Yeah.
Sure.
Would you guys go for the splash zone, though?
Yep.
Really? Yeah. That's not my favorite thing. I don't need to be in the splash zone.
You don't get little chunks of blood and viscera on you?
Viscera. Yeah.
Well, when you put it that way.
See, how can you resist?
Now you got me imagining it's like the inside of a pumpkin that they put in a t-shirt cannon.
Yes. Wouldn't that be great? Splat.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah. And it's warm, I bet.
Oh. Imagine being on the stage crew for that production. You got to warm up the pumpkin innards. This is too cold. Take it back.
I will not be throwing cold pumpkin guts on this audience. They deserve better. Get your shit together. Man, crew.
Like, ready, pumpkin, and go for pumpkin. Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember if they have the kind where it's if you sit in like the first row, they have like some shows you've seen like this. They have like a sheet, like a plastic sheet with all the audience has it draped across the whole row, so they can just lift it up. They're like, all right, and they lift it up, or they give you raincoats that are transparent. You know, they do that sometimes too.
Now I've been to a Gallagher show, and where you had to bring your own plastic. They didn't provide anything for you. So the real diehards would sit in the front row and get splattered with stuff, and they just like they reveled in it. It's like, yes, soak me with whatever garbage you're throwing at me. I had a raincoat. I wanted some defense.
Yeah.
What did he throw? This is not something I recall.
It's always something food. You know, Gallagher, the comedian, right?
I do.
His big thing is smashing watermelons.
Right.
But he doesn't just smash watermelons. The Sledge-O-Matic, he puts any kind of fruit or whatever between two pie pans and smashes it, and it goes spraying out. It could be oranges or grapefruit or melons or anything. So,
yeah. And is it, if you're a big fan, maybe you get it on your shirt and you don't wash it. You know, you just leave your clothes.
And don't
like
wash
that.
it. I'm never washing this shirt again.
You'd want it to be stuff that stains you, I think, then, you know? Karen says it's BYOP.
Yep.
Hey, in other 1980s news, as reported by
Is that a Michael Jackson song? I think I remember that one.
Yeah. BYOP. Wait.
Bring your own pumpkin.
Just bring your own plastic.
Plastic. Whoops, I had pumpkin in my brain.
Well, you could bring your own pumpkin too, Kat. I mean, however you want to roll. She's putting extra pumpkin on her. I'm like, I want more.
She's trying to break it over her head during the show and giving herself a concussion.
You love it, John. I figured, you'd want more.
More warm pumpkin.
God, it's so nasty. The inside of the pumpkin is really disgusting to me. I can't hardly look at it. It is so gross.
And it's all stringy.
Yes, it's just
knotted.
That probably sets off your...
It does. It's because it's a repeating kind of texture.
Yes. Yep. The strings.
All right. Hey, as reported on Screen Crush, Prince's Purple Rain house is now on Airbnb.
Whoa.
1984's Purple Rain marked the acting debut of Prince, who also created the music for the film. And even though that movie sucks, it made 10 times its budget of a mere $7 million at the box office, bringing in over $70 million, if you need me to do the math. So it was a smash success. Well, now, during the 40th anniversary, you may experience the movie in a new and immersive way because Prince's house from the film has been restored and is being made available on Airbnb, albeit for a limited time. The Minneapolis-based residence has been carefully curated to include real-life elements from Prince, including unreleased tracks. Now, I was like, I had to go to our expert Marcus on this, who's the Prince aficionado. What does that mean? That that an Airbnb includes unreleased tracks?
I was wondering the same.
Oh no, it's like Prince music playing 24 hours a day and you can't turn it off and it's all unreleased stuff.
That's exactly it.
Maybe
like, I know why they didn't release it.
I need sleep, please. No more Prince.
Yeah.
I give up.
Now, what Marcus mentioned is, there's a scene in the film where he has, I think it was Apollonia over his place, and he's playing her tracks. This character, the kid, created. And these are tracks that have never been released in the real world. And Marcus speculates, well, maybe those are available to you. I thought that's really clever, and that's, that's probably right.
If they were just sitting in a little boombox sitting somewhere,
maybe.
If there were a tape that you could just play.
For you to bootleg.
Could be.
Well,
Could be.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember, is there anything, I don't know the film well. I saw it once, but is there anything about the house that's particularly notable that you can recreate that you go, oh, this is Purple Rain? Here's where I'm going with that. Like, for example, the Christmas Story house, right? I visited that actual physical house, and there's iconography all throughout the house, under the sink, and here's where the life buoy is, and here's,
right.
where the leg lamp is. There are things about that are pivotal to the story of that film. Is there anything about the house itself, or has it just kind of been turned into a Prince museum that, by the way, was the house they used in the movie?
Yeah, I think it's a combination. I think there's some elements that are recognizable as having how they existed in the film, and there's other things, like you said, that are set up in ways that function more like a museum. In fact, I've got some photos I can show you.
Okay, that helps.
Here you go. Look.
Ooh.
Now, I don't, Marcus is not on at the moment, but if when he gets back, maybe he can confirm for us what true these images. Oh, there he is.
There's purple stuff, so there's something.
Marcus says the basement and the basement bedroom were big deals in the movie. So, Marcus, I guess you'd have to tell us whether or not this is what his bedroom looked like in the film. But here is the bedroom. With I don't know how comfortable I'd feel sleeping with giant eyes painted behind me on the wall, but
I'd be glad facing away from it. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to see.
Here is a bit of his wardrobe. So, in addition to having the unreleased tracks, they have memorabilia and authentic wardrobe from Prince's own collection. In fact, the closet they have there has outfits of Prince's hanging in there. Now, I don't know how you could trust someone to stay there and have access to all this stuff, because I see these horror stories on TikTok of I rented my house to somebody and look what it looks like now.
Just regular Airbnbs.
Yes.
Yeah, being trashed and
So I don't know about that, but let's see. And I've got one other photo here to show you. And this looks iconic, right? What is this? Doves Cry, the video. Where it's coming out of a steaming hot tub, steaming claw foot porcelain
this looks like
bathtub. Yeah, that looks pretty iconic.
Hope that's not carpet on the floor under that bathtub.
Oh.
It's just trapping in mold and athlete's foot.
That's deep pile shag down there. Oh yeah. Oh, it's like walking on a warm pumpkin.
Yes. Yeah, and this place is BYOB. Bring your own black light. You may not want to turn it on though. Maybe as you're leaving.
No.
As you're leaving.
Yeah. Plausible deniability.
So it turns out the Revolution's very own Wendy and Lisa, you know them. You've heard their names called out in the song. They had a hand in the restoration, and they're teaming up with Airbnb to welcome fans to the unique experience. The pair released a statement reading in part, quote, "The Purple Rain House stands as a tribute to our dear friend Prince, the timeless character he brought to life and the lasting impact he continues to have. We hope the space gives fans a glimpse into the eclectic world Prince created, and visitors walk away feeling a little bit closer to him as an artist and person," end quote. Chad says, "I'd rather stay in the poltergeist house."
And get sucked into the closet.
That's funny.
Carol Ann, come to the light.
Yeah, hi. I'm here because I didn't want to go to the Prince house. Oh, come this way. We got the possessed closet over here.
Oh, thank goodness.
Talk about warm pumpkin feeling, all that slime.
Oh, yeah.
Per Airbnb, the house will be available for 25 total night stays that will soon be bookable. Actually, we don't know when they're bookable. What you could do is now go on and get on a waiting list, and they're going to randomly start picking people, or they're going to start randomly picking people to give them a chance to book one if they want to go. So you could do that. Each of the 25 stays will be booked between October 26th and December 14th, with parties up to 4 guests being available to reside for the overnight experience. Now, this is crazy to me. This is the news here, but It says, fittingly, each stay will be priced at $7 per person. That sounds really cheap.
Wow. Yeah.
And it's
what's the
7.
significance?
So Prince has a song 7. So,
Prince. Yeah.
but that can't be right. You never stayed in an Airbnb before. Let's say the 3 of us go $21 for the night. That's, I don't know, that's not right.
However, deposit and cleanup fees.
Right.
There's extra fees built in. Yeah.
Right. Oh, it's Airbnb.
Yeah.
It's like Ticketmaster. There's all these extra little tack-ons.
Hey, the downstairs decor includes purple velvet wallpaper and a vintage 80s stereo preloaded with songs that inspired the kid, his character in the film. And you could scan a QR code to get Wendy and Lisa's personal commentary and insights. Oh, that's kind of cool. So it's like sleeping in a museum overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it does point out that the spa is a nod to When Doves Cry. So that might not have actually been in the film, but it's like that in the video there.
Would you stay in this place?
I don't like staying in Airbnbs, just generally speaking. I don't know if the Prince. I'm trying to think if there's even a celebrity whose Airbnb I'd want to stay in. Probably not.
Yeah.
I don't imagine. I mean, it'd be fine, but I don't know.
Before there was Airbnb, I had good experiences staying at legitimate bed and breakfast places.
Yeah.
But Airbnb that's a place that's always rented out. It's like a little, I want to be a hotel place, right? But this is renting out. And I guess it's usually like your second home or your winter home or your summer home or whatever that you're renting out. So, but regular B&Bs are great. You get catered to because they do it every day. And someone is there manning it too. It's not like you have a key and you walk in, right? You're living at the place with the proprietors. But like, I'd be afraid I would break something because so much, there's actual memorabilia in there and there's
Yeah. I mean, how do you keep from trying those shoes on? I mean, like, did he fit in these pants? I've got to try.
Rip. Oops. Fold these up.
Yeah.
Aren't they behind glass? I think all of his clothing is.
Well, that can be fixed.
Right. Cat. Hammers are, wonder tools. The closet in the picture, it looks like you just walk right in and the clothing is just hanging on a rack right there.
Well, they have clothing available that was not his. If you feel like dressing up, like.
Oh, is that right? Is that what it said?
Yeah. So they do. It's like you can dress up. You can go in and cosplay in this house.
Oh,
but
maybe the shoes are.
Personal stuff apparently is behind glass, which yes, can be broken.
Yeah.
But
For $21, you know what? You smash the thing open, you pay for the glass, you steal the shoes, and you get the fuck out of there.
You could be ahead. Yeah.
Right. Give him a fake ID. I don't know.
Will's been blacklisted. Anyone who hears this show knows that he's not allowed to go.
There's also a secret door in the house that leads to a space filled with assorted Prince treasures, including a faux vinyl album that contains 7 clues that, if answered correctly, will reward you with something truly special.
Each of your $7 back.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking more like Prince's ghost comes in. Ooh.
Oh.
it's almost like an escape room.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I would
Something
like to
to
stay
solve.
at Airbnb that's kind of, well, you know what? I know I wouldn't. Because the reason why I don't like to stay at Airbnbs is because I do feel like it's every time I'm there, it's like a Scooby-Doo episode. I expect that I'm seeing the eyes moving on a painting because the landlord's behind there, having fun with himself while he's watching me.
Oh,
See, there's someone in the walls when you visit. Is that what you're saying, Will?
Exactly. Every Airbnb I've ever stayed at, there's always one door that's locked and it says like, do not open or owner only. Now that could be legit, or they could be in there with a set of cameras like, Slither or whatever that movie was.
Or there's a child that's never been outside, chained to the wall.
Exactly. I don't know. I'm not doing
I was thinking you liked spooky stuff, but no, you took it in that direction.
Yeah, no, Kat, I'm thinking there's a really actual person there, not like a fake painting with moving eyes. Yeah,
It's like the Haunted Mansion ride. It's like, that'd be great. Or robotic eyes. That'd be cool.
I did see online. Have you guys seen this? They have some Airbnbs that are haunted. And so you stay in these places and they're rigged up, of course, because they're not really haunted. These are not really haunted, John. I know there's possibility to stay at a haunted Airbnb. I'm telling you, these aren't. This is what they do. They've got all this stuff set up, rigged so they can make the cabinets fly open and close. They can make it look like someone's, coming up to the window. Different sounds. There's speakers hidden throughout the house to make different eerie sounds. And then when you're trying to sleep at like 2:00 in the morning, they start rattling chains and stuff. I do not understand the allure. Maybe if there's I could sleep from midnight to 6. There's no ghosts then. Or maybe if I was into haunted stuff.
Well, but then then you're not surprised. You want the surprise, but it's not really haunted. It's a BYOG situation if you really want the haunt experience.
Yeah. Kat, would you stay in the Prince? I don't think you said.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
That would be a novelty. Yeah, I would. I would do that if I had the opportunity. Yep.
You got $7, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Do you think you'd be distracted if, let's say, instead of Prince, it was Simon Le Bon's apartment they made available?
Oh.
Just be smelling everything.
Oh, that would be very distracting.
Now Kat's the one bringing the hammer.
Right. So she could live in the wall when he comes back. You have to come back eventually.
So Kat's going to be the one behind the painting looking
Yes,
at him.
exactly.
So I'm going to become a vandal and a creep.
Yes.
If I
Yeah.
stayed at Simon Le Bon's.
It's a reverse Airbnb. Now
He's going to be like, when he gets back, I don't remember someone had drawn a smiley face on this wall with 2 hammer-sized holes for eyes. What is this?
and then from behind the painting, shh.
Yes.
Ignore the hammer damage.
Yes. Find the secret door, solve the clue. Hey, in other 1980s news, as reported by People, Krispy Kreme has released 4 Ghostbusters themed donuts. And according to People, they're ghoulishly good. All right, I'm going to try to avoid all puns.
No, don't avoid them.
Are you? Why would you do that?
Hey, available now, the bakery chain is selling Ghostbusters-inspired donuts in honor of the movie's 40th anniversary.
Do they come in a bucket?
With a lid?
Or a trap.
Yes.
The Krispy Kreme Ghostbusters collection consists of 4 different sweets and a neon drink. The first of the newbies is the Ghostbusters cookies and cream donut. This takes an original glazed donut and dips it in chocolate icing. Then it is topped with Oreo pieces, Oreo buttercream, and a no ghost logo.
Oh.
I know. This is the second time on the show we're talking about donuts.
Yes.
Do you think it's gauche to make a run where you stop at Dunkin' and Krispy Kreme?
Wait, what was the Dunkin'? Oh, the bucket. Yes.
The bucket of munchkins.
Bucket of munchkins.
I don't know about gauche. It's something else.
If you can do that, you probably should. If those two things are close enough together, it would be.
Well,
They're on the same road.
Yeah.
When I was in college, I was dating a gal who lives. Her school was near a bunch of fast food places, and we would be eating late at night as college kids staying up late, and we would go to White Castle because the sliders are fantastic, but then hit the drive-through at McDonald's for the fries, and then we would take it back. To her
there you
dorm,
go.
So it's kind of like a thing like that, maybe, except you're just getting donuts and more donuts.
Yeah. Well, it's munchkins and donuts.
Different. Yeah, they're different
Quite
donuts.
Joe says, I'm getting fat just looking at this. 0 chance I'll eat one, but I get why people would. Let's see, you got 3 others on here. You got the Ecto Sprinkled Donut, which is also made of an original glazed donut. It's got an orange icing dip. Which one is it? Oh, yeah, there you go. And a partial covering of neon sprinkles to add to the Halloween-y look. So this
And
is...
what's that one called? The
Ecto.
orange one?
It's called Ecto.
Okay.
This
Ecto.
this
All
seems like a cop-out.
Yeah, that's not very themed, but okay.
I mean, they don't even call it ectoplasm. Like if they'd done that and made it maybe more like, the goop that, comes out.
Yeah. I mean, don't misunderstand me. I'll eat it. I'm just saying it's not very inspired.
I'm not prejudiced as far as...
In fact, I'll eat that one first to get it away. Just to get that away from the other 3.
You know what I would do? I would smash it under one of the other ones. So you can't see the top of it anymore, and it just enhances the flavor of a different one.
Okay.
Now, 2 of the treats remaining here highlight iconic monsters from the original movie. You got the Slimer donut, which is an unglazed donut full of lemon filling and dipped in purple icing.
Lemon.
And on top of it, it's got a green icing slime-shaped puddle that's under a Slimer-shaped candy. That's clear. Now that's clearly a Ghostbusters one. I guess all of them except the one with the sprinkles is kind of random. And then the last, but not least, is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man Donut Pull Apart. You've got glazed donut dots that they've smooshed together to make up the body of the Stay Puft, and marshmallow flavored buttercream and a candy piece to pull the look together. It's
like munchkins in the shape of...
Yeah, you could. Yeah, if you only got the Dunkin's Halloween bucket, you could make one of these. Eat some white frosting and a toy.
I need to make a donut run. This is getting ridiculous.
Yeah, I know, right?
I wouldn't go right now.
He'll ladies, patient man.
The Slimer one looks great because it's got the lemon inside of it. And
and that one looks most like something I couldn't make at home.
Yeah.
The other ones.
Yes, right.
I don't know. It's like mostly like donuts. That's Stay Puffed one. Come on. That's 4, frosted, what do they call it? The white frosting on them? Powdered donuts. It looks like 5 powdered donuts and a toy head stuck on it.
Krispy Kreme, this is an established thing, the pull apart. It's kind of like you put munchkins together and bake them like that so they're stuck, but they easily tear apart. So I think what you have here is 5 of those little pull aparts for, head, arm, leg. But the creative thing is that it's the marshmallow flavored cream on the top. And I'm like, ooh, that's going to be like Fluffernutter, right?
Yeah,
I think it's a marshmallow topping.
Yeah, flavored buttered cream.
The topping, right? Yeah, the on top. Yeah. But, man.
Yeah, you're right. All right, I'm sold on it again.
I do not like marshmallow, so nope. I'll take Slimer or the orange one.
No?
Yeah.
Are you anti-s'more?
Yeah. I only want the chocolate and the graham cracker. You can have the marshmallow.
Okay, well, I'm back on board, Kat. Knowing I get extra marshmallow when I hang out with you, that's okay then.
Definitely not against marshmallow. I like it, but I'm not big on s'mores. I think they're kind of boring. I don't know.
They're unnecessarily messy is what they are.
Right, well, yeah.
Just eat a marshmallow, have some chocolate, eat a cracker.
Yes.
It's simple.
John, you're right. It is too much work for the same experience if you just shove them all in your mouth. You're absolutely
That's right. I can eat them.
But I like toasting the marshmallows. That's fun, but somebody else has to eat it, not me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I told you guys when we to that place in Chicago, right? I think I told you. So Wonderverse, which is by Universal, I think. So they've got all these different movie themed things. And at the restaurant, they had a Stay Puffed s'more. And they bring all the ingredients, and the marshmallow is shaped like the mini Stay Puft from the latest films. Mm-hmm. And after they put them on the sandwich, they take out a little torch and flame them there right in front of you.
Oh my goodness.
Awesome. Does he scream?
I screamed to kind of, we videotaped it, so I was screaming, I'll get you bastards, or whatever.
Like they say.
If you're still, if you're hypo or hyperglycemic, whichever one needs a lot of sugar to stay normal. In addition to the donuts, Krispy Kreme's also dishing out the Slimer's Slimeade, a neon green twist on lemonade.
Ooh, to go with the donut, the lemon filled donut.
I can't do both of those. Oh my God.
No.
I mean, it's nasty.
Look, I draw the line at 4 donuts. I'm not going to also have a drink. Okay.
Now wait, does the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man count as 5 donuts?
Oh,
because he's a pull apart though. But again, no, it's 1 donut because they're baked together.
It's 1.
Yeah, he's baked together.
1.
Right.
Counts as 1.
Right. I have limits. I have no morals, but I have limits. Marcus says, I think on my next road trip, I need to make a stop at Dunkin' for Munchkins. I know, right? All this talk of it. Brandon says the Stay Puft looks cool. And Joe says the Slimer has to have green filling inside. I know, I thought so too, but it looks like it does, right? It looks like it does. Yeah, it looks like it does.
Coming out of there.
Yeah,
I think it does. Yeah.
You know what I think?
Little turtle head poking out the back of it there.
Yes, I think they should have gone lime flavored. I would love that.
Yeah,
they didn't say what flavor it was, right?
Lemon.
Oh, lemon. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lemon.
Yeah. I guess they're working with what they have, and maybe they don't have lime flavored things.
If they could color it green, they should have just gone with.
That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're all slightly repurposed, right? They didn't reinvent the donut for this. They kind of said, "Oh, we have this and we have this," and said, "Let's make it. Let's decorate it in this way." Yeah. So
yeah. Yep.
It's got us talking about it, so apparently the marketing works.
Yep. True.
Slogans.
Shall we play a game?
It's over, Johnny.
Wrong, sir.
No! Wow, man. Dylan! It's showtime.
Hey, if you recognize those sounds, and you're probably somebody who would like our show.
Logical.
We're called Did You Hear About This? And we talk about news and stories in the world of retro pop culture. You know, the 80s and 90s stuff we grew up on.
Wow.
Yeah, this isn't stuff that's getting covered on the 10 o'clock news, I'll tell you that. We're digging pretty deep on this. Some of these stories are things that might be coming across your news feed, but we're going to do some deep dives and give our take on what we're reading online.
Some would call it geeky stuff.
A lot of people call it geeky stuff. Some people call us geeks.
I mean, you're acting like such a geek.
So our show is Did You Hear About This? You can check us out at didyouhearaboutthis.show. We're on every single podcast platform. We're even on the YouTubes. So you have no excuse. Go find us.
It's a good show if I don't say so myself.
All right, hey, here's some good news. As reported on Joe Blow, a live-action Shinobi has been green-lit. Universal Pictures has tapped Extraction director Sam Hargrave to helm Shinobi, a movie adaptation of the video game franchise created by Sega. The plot details, as you know, many films this early in development are under wraps, but the original game featured Joe Masashi as a modern-day ninja who confronts great evil. That arcade game came out in 1987 and has since grown to a franchise of over a dozen games, with the latest announced at last year's Game Awards. I'm for it, possibly. You know, I'm not a huge Shinobi fan. I played probably the first couple of incarnations of it. I haven't played anything recently.
Mm-hmm.
It was during that era when, you know, I guess the fascination with ninjas was waning a little bit by then in the late 1980s. But I was, you know, we didn't have a whole lot of that as far as video games to go. And certainly Shinobi was sort of the reigning king among those.
I don't have like I want to call it a bad feeling about this movie, but it feels like unnecessary branding of this movie. Because here's the thing, Shinobi the game is kind of a game based on generic ninja movies. And now we're going to get a movie based on the game based on ninja movies. So you're making a ninja movie is what you're telling me, right? There's nothing outstanding about Shinobi mythology. It's like, oh, you got to see this particular good guy, bad guy, whatever. It had bosses, but you know, it's a ninja game. It seems like odd branding to
John.
Will's doing some kind of ninja moves up there in response to you.
I know how to elevate this.
Okay.
And take advantage of the brand.
Put you in the writer's room.
Seriously, put me in the writer's room. The whole movie is a side scroller.
Now you're doing something
different. They put the camera on a track,
there you go.
The whole time they're just, everything happens
following the guy.
Right.
There you go. Yep. Except the bonus level, which is first person.
Yes.
And then you go back to the side scroller. Yeah.
You know, Sam Hargrave, who he actually began his his work as a performer as a stunt man. We've talked about him before. He was he doubled for a number of high-profile actors, including Chris Evans as Captain America in a number of the Marvel films. He then moved on to be a stunt coordinator on Marvel films and ultimately a second unit director, which is usually the person who directs the filming of the stunts and the fight scenes in films, or certainly one of. And more recently, he directed Chris Hemsworth, Thor himself, in Extraction, the film I mentioned, and its sequel. And I think they're working on a third one as well. In Extraction, because of Hargrave's experience as a stunt person, it is so, a lot of the action, all of the action, and even some of the story is constructed based on, clearly by a guy who knows stunts. And the filming of it, and maybe they can work this into Shinobi. This is why I'm kind of, I think my joke was only half of a joke, because what he did with Extraction was kind of integrate stunts into filmmaking. I'll give you a real easy example. There's a scene that happens on a balcony, and the two fighters fall over the balcony at some point down to a lower level, to the street level. Sam gets up there. Hargrave gets up there on the roof. He's on a wire. He just jumps down with the camera and follows the action down. A lot of
so
it.
He's going along with the performers, following them in the fall.
I don't think the whole film seems like a one shot, but there's sequences that are made to seem like one shot, and the result they got that result by having Hargrave film it with his holding the camera often, putting himself right in the action, and having to do stunts to follow the stuntman. There's one scene where he's in a chase car sitting on the roof of the car while they go after the two cars, in the actual film, and holding him, keeping him from falling out of the car is like another stunt guy who's strapped to the car, holding his belt. And when they get to like the cars, finally careen off the road and crash or whatever, he lets Sam go, who then he just goes off the car onto his feet, and now he's walking with the camera, filming the action.
Wow.
So I think if you incorporating that kind of mentality could elevate a Shinobi film from just, and take advantage of the fact that it is an over-the-top video game.
See, this is one of the only examples, one of the rare examples, I won't say only, where now the creative behind the camera is pulling me back into being interested in the film. Whereas I was like, oh, it's just a ninja thing. But yes, okay, if we get some of that in there, it's going to feel more gamey. That gives it a reason to pull the game license in. I'm
trying to think of that game. What was that game? Something Hardware Harry. Remember that? It was filmed like a first-person shooter, the entire film.
It's something Harry, you're right. Yeah.
There's some opportunities. While many game-to-screen adaptations have failed to impress at the box office or the accountant's office. Universal, who's producing this, has had a couple of recent successes, including the Super Mario Brothers movie, which grossed over $1 billion. And more recently, Five Nights at Freddy's, which is a smaller film, but has a almost equally fervent fan base that grossed nearly $300 million. And both of those films have sequels on the way. So, maybe these folks over at Universal know what they're doing. Hargrave's also set to direct another IP from our youths. He's the man that's helming Matchbox, the live-action movie based on the iconic toy brand. So there again, maybe they're putting this guy in particular because of this unique way he directs.
Yeah, they're hoping to get that flavor of filming and action into it. So I can see it. Yeah,
it's
I'm coming around. We'll see.
Marcus says hardcore Harry. Yeah, thanks, Marcus.
Hardcore. There we go.
Yeah. So, and Extraction, both of the films, Extraction, the first one is really good. And knowing what I knew about it, because I had seen the behind the scenes before I'd watched it. So interesting and fascinating. The stunts are fantastic. Second film, I felt like it felt a little more like a story just strung together to have great action sequences. The first one felt more like the story, the stunts served the story, not the other way around. Anyway, I look forward to it. What else? Anything else?
Donuts. We'll talk about donuts next.
We need to conjure some donuts.
Ninja Gaiden would be better, Chad says.
Even more generic-y. Yeah. Now, later iterations of Ninja Gaiden did get more story-oriented, but the early ones, the arcade ones, were like it's a lot of jumping off of environmental ninja-ing off of signs and water coolers and stuff.
My favorite ninja game, I don't think we talked about this, in the arcades, I can't tell you the name of it. And it took me a long, long time to find it so I could put it on my emulator because I didn't know the name. So I would Google what I remembered about it. And I have it on my emulator and I'd have to look it up just to even see what the name is. But what it was is the first board is you're in a forest, trees, lots of trees. And the mechanics are you could jump from tree to tree or on the ground. And you
Legend of Cage?
Yeah, I think that's right.
I think
that's right.
Sounds right.
And you're throwing stars.
Legend of Cage.
And I think you also have
with a K.
Yeah, I think you have nunchucks, maybe something like that.
You have some melee weapon, like either a sword or something, and then you have but you can jump from limb to limb in these like huge tall trees.
Yeah. And you're collecting scrolls, and then you're fighting guys who look like the storms out of Big Trouble in Little China. Oh, I love that game. Oh yeah, Brandon says Legend of Cage. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, with a K, right?
Yep, with the K. And he also says it just may be me, but Shinobi doesn't seem to have enough backbone to be a movie. I think that's kind of what John's
That's what I'm saying. Too. It's kind of a ninja. It's a ninja movie in the form of a game, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Fingers crossed. Hey, and finally, on 1980s news, as we learned from Bloody Disgusting, we've got an 80s throwback horror adventure called I practiced this so much, John. 80s throwback horror adventure, Tormenture. Launching on October 21st. And I've got to say.
Can I say something first? I'm betting that you two are super excited about this.
Oh,
yes.
Both of you.
Are you implying that you're not by saying it that way?
Well, no, I'm not. Because I don't really game. I don't do video games.
Oh, because you don't play games.
But I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No. That's okay. That's okay. So, hey, the Game Kitchen and developer Croxel Studios are making it much harder for your wallet this month. Announcing that their game-within-a-game horror adventure, Tormenture, will arrive on Steam on October 21st. Accompanying the announcement is a new trailer that shows off Tormenture's 80s aesthetic with a modern touch of psychological horror. Let's take a look.
Do it.
This is brilliant. I want it now.
That's what I was imagining.
It's all the things.
When I watched that all I could think was you two being like, oh my gosh, just crazy over it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's inspired by the aesthetics of classic 80s consoles, as you can see in that trailer, and combined with modern mechanics that enhance the horror, players will take on the role of a child who rents Tormenture, a video game rumored to be cursed. Having finished your homework, you start playing the game on your Limbo 2800, and what begins as a nostalgic experience soon spirals into a true nightmare. The dangers of the game begin to transcend the screen, affecting the real-world surroundings. And that's what elevates this game. Now, if for folks who weren't seeing the trailer and you haven't seen it, the video game Tormenture, the game within the game looks like adventure, like mostly. Straight up Atari adventure. But the crazy, wonderful thing about it is you're ducking in and out of the game on your TV screen to solve real world, real within the game world puzzles. And there's some kind of horror twist.
Boy, is there.
Now, our very own John over at Gen X Grown Up, who also happens to be a co-host on the show, actually played the game, at least in part, on his channel on YouTube, Gen X Grown Up, a couple of months ago. John, give us the inside scoop. Is it seem as good as what we're hoping?
Yeah, it's everything you think it is what it is. And maybe even more. So you are playing this game, but you are playing from the point of view of the kid sitting cross-legged on the floor in front of the TV and console. And at any time, well, after you get over the introduction of the first little bit of the game, you can click on a button and pull out of the TV and look around your room. And there are things everywhere. You can find the instructions. You flip through it. You see the receipt falls out where you rented it. You can see the information about it. You can turn and there's a speak and spell in the drawer and it's got creepy things happening. And there's all your toys and all of your stuff in your room and your bed, and it's dark. There's stuff that, creepy things that are happening in the real world that seem to be bleeding out of the game into your room. And if you're like, oh, well, this relates to that, you can spin around, jump back in the game and do something and just jump back out. And so you're really not playing from the perspective of playing the game. You're playing from the perspective of the guy playing the game. So it's great. So it's a horror, a modern horror with a throwback retro horror also. Then they're connected, which is genius. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I love it. It looks like a combination of playing a really cool looking Atari game back in the day and I want to say Seventh Guest or something like that, where it's that creepy vibe where you have to interact with objects and figure out what's going on.
And it is haunted. I actually have a copy of the cartridge.
John has
here.
the
Let's
actual
see.
game here.
Let's take a look here. Let's take that out of the box and see. Oh yeah, there's the cartridge. There's the game Tormentor for the.
So, all right, John, has the actual cartridge there. John, is that, you can't plug that into your 2600?
No.
Or it's.
Nope. This is for a console that never existed.
Okay. It's a different size, I guess.
The
it's
mythological cartridge.
Yeah.
This is part of their little press kit that they send out. And it includes a physical version of the game that only exists in the game inside of the game.
Does it have the little
extra level
pins that would have connected to a console in there too? Oh,
yeah,
come on.
There you go.
The card. John, I wonder if you can open these carts. What if you open the cart? Maybe something's in there. Maybe there's a way. Maybe there is data on it. You just have to figure out how to get it off there.
Oh, maybe.
Would that fit in the Limbo 2800?
Of course.
That's exactly what it's for. Yeah.
Okay.
It says on the back, for use with the Limbo 2800 game system right there.
That's not real, right?
Now I got to go on eBay and find one.
Exactly. It only exists inside of this game, of this game.
Okay. Oh my gosh. That's cool.
And so, not only did they make up this fictional thing and its fictional game, they then are delivering to press to advertise the physical game that didn't exist, which I think is an extra layer of awesome on top of, it's already immersive, it pulls you into the game. And so now there's an extra layer of like, oh, it's haunted and I have one on my desk. Oh no.
They went to such lengths to make that seem like an Atari cartridge. I'm curious. There isn't more to it there.
Well, we'll see.
Take
a look.
And with regard to the the adventure style game within a game, Tormentor, it has you venturing on a vast labyrinth full of mysterious corners to explore. And according to this, they suggest that you discover every nook and cranny and solve puzzles as you progress that will test your wits and cunning in the games world and your own. And your decisions, I suppose within the games are suggesting, will affect the outcome, leading to one of 3 different endings.
Replayability baked in.
So then the goal would be to try to get each of the different endings. I'm guessing.
Sometimes I'll call it the better ending or the best ending. Right. Often there's an ending where, I don't know. I haven't played the entire way through the full game. I just got the full game, but often games will do, well, there's the bad ending where someone dies or the the meh ending where it's like, oh, well, everything's normal, but you didn't actually fix anything. Yep. And then there's the good ending that takes quite a bit more effort sometimes, but it's worthwhile.
It will be available on Steam beginning on October 21st. And I, no joke, I'm behind on my getting games off Steam. Like I said, I wanted to get that point and click adventure. But this one, I'm going to make a little note somewhere because I want to play this as soon as it's available.
And not for nothing, if you have Steam, you can go play the demo right now. Where you can experience this world and play around and get an idea of whether or not that's the point of a demo. See if the game is for you. If you're listening to this show, it probably is, but go try it and just see how cool it is.
Don't have any doubt. Brandon
there
says,
goes Will. He's leaving.
Bye.
Bye, Will.
Donuts did it for John. This video game did it for me. Cat's still going to be here as the show comes to a close here. Brandon says, wow, there's a ton of nostalgia in that game trailer. I know, right?
A lot of creep factor, too.
We got a lot, we had that.
The little phone.
There's that other game coming out this fall with the memory. Remember, it plays on your memories of whatever.
Yeah, the mixtape.
Mixtape, right? Yeah.
Oh, yes, mixtape.
We got a lot of good stuff coming out, video games wise, that caters to our era.
And very different, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
The mixtape one I would play. I would try that.
Right. Yeah. I know John said we could do let's play or something or together.
We could play together. Yeah.
I got to figure that out. Yeah.
Your stream play. It's really easy.
All right. Just like our show. Easy. It's a snap. It just flies by because that's it. That was the end. That's it. That was the show.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
And it was brought to you thanks in part to our early adopters, Karen Flieger and Rick Parker.
Just think of yourself as being closer to donut time.
That's how I'm thinking about it.
Well, donut time. As it
Come on, Kat, read. Come on, donut time, read.
I just have to read.
Drag this out.
Yes.
We thank especially our secret of our success level Patreon supporters.
Come on.
Oh my God. Oh,
damn it, Kat, read.
This is brutal. Brandon Greer, Marcus Taylor, Tony Great, Nick Guillory, Matt Marino, and John Henderson.
Yay! Okay, we did it. Read them.
Thank you so very much, all of you guys, for your wonderful, amazing support and generous contributions to keep this show afloat. If you want to see the show sink, withdraw all of your money. Just stop giving it to us, and then it'll just be over. But no,
buy more donuts.
There you go.
Yes. We are so grateful. Please, if you can help as well, please go to patreon.com/1980s now and find out how you can chuck in a buck or two. If not, there's plenty of free ways to, help us. Go on to social media, share a post, give us a comment, a review, something like that. I'm just buying all time, Kat, to you jumping in
just to drag out donut time. Like YouTube user Christian Wantraba, he commented on John's daily vlog on John's journey of making content creation indefinitely sustainable. And Christian says, really enjoying the 1980s Now podcast episodes. I can always use the laughs and the banter is so fun. Me too, Christian.
Right.
Me too.
Right. Or like I see Douglas is on here. All right, Douglas, or is it Doug? I was talking to you guys about him a couple of weeks ago. How he had pointed out that maybe we were unnecessarily juvenile or something like that. Crass.
Oh.
And he is surprised to learn that we're actually in our 50s because he thought we were much younger because we act like a bunch of children. That's why. So we understand why you think that, Douglas.
Go ahead. You can say it. Immature. We get it.
Yeah, immature. It's fine. We appreciate it. Right now, he just commented, wow, you guys really are old. I would have never believed it just listening to the podcast. Great work. I know, Jesus. Right? Yeah.
Good heavens.
That wasn't a backhanded compliment. That was a throat punch compliment, right?
It was. No, it was front-handed.
See it coming.
I'll forgive you for that, Douglas, if you become a patron, all right?
Oh, wow. We forgive him. He's very active on our Facebook page. We appreciate it.
He's certain, due to our age, we'll forget that threat. So
yes. And look, we're going to forget all about this entire episode. But the good news is we will talk to you next time on 1980s Now.
Until next time.
Yeah, I'm calling from the car, going to get donuts. Bye-bye.